It's day 2 at the Grande Prairie Stampede. Mark Sutherland flies through the first turn, but something goes horribly wrong.
For some reason, the radio broadcast went dead, and somebody said Mark was being drugged under the wagon, so we left here and run for the racetrack.
That is Mark Sutherland. He's not in his wagon. He's hanging on to the reach underneath.
I know more times than not when the driver gets knocked out of the wagon, he doesn't get to walk again. When you come out of the wagon, 9 times out of 10, you're dead.
I'm sure he's talking to the big guy to get him stopped. Buddy Miller and Kurt Miller have crossed the finish line on Anchor Park safely. All north, Mark Sutherland is still hanging on to that reach. He's crossed the finish line. He's alive and okay. He's hanging on to the underneath.
I'll tell you, Mark, to stay that cool with that going on, because if he lets go, that's it.
Thank you. We've got all the outliers now trying to stop the jump wagon of Mark Sutherland and All North Contracting. He is still hanging on to the underneath of that reach of that wagon.
Mark has clung to his undercarriage, just inches above the ground, for over a minute.
Quick thinking. This is one tough kid, and I, in 35 years of being on the track, 25 of being a track announcer, have never seen anything like this in my life.
The worry is when a wagon driver gets thrown out of the box, it's when they get run over in the body, and the internal injuries is what's really bad. But he never got ran over there. It was only his leg and his head. So he may still have concussion. He's not completely clear, but we're very, very lucky.
It's clear that Mark is okay when he jumps in to care for his horses.
It's just an emotional relief that he is all right, even though I felt he was going to be okay.
Mark's mother, Debbie, isn't so sure. She finds him on the track.
I was hung around the line with my foot. Oh, sorry.
I have my field glasses on everything happening out there, and it looks to me like Mr. Sutherland is up and okay. All his horses are up and okay. Wow.
It was actually better for me because I didn't see the complete wreck. Our daughter was sitting up on the hill right by the wreck, and she's seen the whole wreck, and it was pretty devastating for her.
You know how many times I've seen your grandpa go upside down and inside out? He always came out.
You know, I've been there. I've seen Dad in some wrecks, and anyone with children has been scared enough watching them do something crazy, or you know, having them walk away from you or something in a mall, or I felt it and I knew what they were feeling, but I knew I was okay.
Back at the barns, Kelly inspects Mark's harness, and the culprit is found.
That's where she broke. Snapped off right there. Look at that.
The whole thing started with restless horses and a broken buckle. Mark's team was out of control from the start, and there was nothing Mark could do.
I had to stop that outfit or my horses were going to get hurt. So I did what I could. I got off the rail, you know, in the center of the track, and a guy can come on the inside of me and a guy can come on the outside of me. And
Jason Johnstone was actually on barrel 1. He was right behind him, and there was enough room at one point where Jason kind of could send him through there because he couldn't go outside. He didn't have enough time, and he put his horses right along the rail.
And unfortunately, Jason, when he tried to go through, there wasn't room.
His wagon goes down to the right. Mark goes to the left. He falls out, takes the lines with him, which turned out to be a good thing.
When I hit the ground, I remember seeing kind of, you know, stars. And then I opened up again and I saw the wagon box. I thought the wagon box was coming down on me. And I took in a breath and I held my breath. And it didn't hit me.
He misses the front wheel, and then that wagon comes back onto all four.
I turned my head and I could just see the wheel, and I thought the wheel was going to hit my head, and all that went through my mind was, man, this is going to break my ribs.
And somehow the lines hitch his legs, rip him underneath the undercarriage like a slingshot.
And there was enough room between the front wheel and the back wheel. It was perfect because any taller, he'd have been ran over. And it just shot him underneath there, and he grabbed a hold of this bar in the middle. It's called the reach.
I grabbed the undercarriage because that was the safest place. I knew if I could get up there, I would be okay, or at least I'd have a better shot of being okay.
Once I saw that he was hanging on and he was okay, he wasn't underneath there getting beat up, you know, because if it had knocked him out or something like that, who knows, he'd have been back here getting ran over, or, you know, if he hadn't have grabbed it, he might have swung underneath, and then them lines wrap around the wheel, and he's got his legs in there, so ugh. So that didn't happen, but thank God.
If I'd have been knocked unconscious from the first hit that I went down and smacked my head face first, I'm pretty confident that I wouldn't be here today.
I've seen lots of wrecks, and that one, I've never seen anything like that in my life, and I hope to never again.
I ain't even heard of anything like that before. You know, that's something that the old-timers in the coffee shops will be talking about for the next 30 years.
Creating a sports legend is exhausting. For all his effort, Mark is awarded a no time by the judges, which he has to protest. Mark has a lot to think about. He's lucky to be alive. And how many times can you roll the dice before that kind of luck runs out?